This week we watched a movie called The Puffy Chair. And yes, there was a puffy chair in it. I really enjoyed this movie. I think it was my favorite out of all of the movies that we've seen so far, besides documentary, but that's a little different. I really liked the characters in this movie. I thought that they were extremely relatable. I felt like I could know them in real life. It wasn't hard to connect to them and their problems. And I think that the style in which the movie was shot kind of helped that. I felt like I was just kind of following them through their life and just witnessing this with my own two eyes. Something that I kind of didn't like that much about the movie was it was kind of hard to understand why the characters did what they did. I feel like there could have been a bit more character development in, like, the individual people. You know, they were all such strong individual characters, you know, like, Rhett was kind of, like, weird and, like, hippie-ish and stuff like that, which set him apart, but I didn't really understand where he was coming from when it came to some of the things that he was saying. And something that I thought was really interesting that I learned in the Q&A section was that most of the movie was a first take, which is something that is really unusual, I feel, in films in general. A lot of things are take after take after take, and it's just like a 40 bajillion hour day because they're trying to get this one scene down. But I kind of like the genuineness that comes along with the first take, because everything is raw and new, and it's perfect sometimes, and like people just kind of toss that to the side and be like, no, we must do this again and again and again until it's perfect line by line. But sometimes it's great when it's natural, and I think that definitely showed in this movie. Something else I thought was really interesting as well was that it was shot chronologically, which is completely, I don't even know if movies are ever shot chronologically nowadays. Everything's always like, oh, we're gonna shoot like when this guy gets killed in the beginning, but you're actually not gonna find out until the end of the movie that he's dead. It's crazy, and I think that's one of the only things that still messes with my mind when I hear about how movies aren't shot in order. I'm like, really? Oh, right. It's crazy. But I thought it was kind of interesting that this was shot chronologically. I didn't really understand why they did it, but I thought it was an interesting attribute to the movie itself. I also thought this movie was actually really funny. I feel like a lot of movies try too hard with this kind of comedy, which is kind of like irony, like based on irony and stuff like that, but I thought it did a really good job at being funny and not obnoxious. So I commend the filmmakers on that. So overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I would definitely watch it again, and I probably will, because it's on Netflix. I'll do that.